Hello, I'm Martin Pinnock, one of the Trust's chaplains, and it is a privilege to be able to offer this brief reflection in our ongoing situation. Just sit back and relax and let the video unfold. This is called The Teachers, and it is by John L. Bell of the Iona community. I met him on the train, and before long I felt I knew him. I felt I could trust him. He was in education, learning for life, he called it. I said I was interested in education too, so he invited me to come with him to where he taught and learned. It was off the main road. It didn't look like a school. You walked in the door of a second-hand shop, and going through the back you came to a big room with a lot of people in it. We stood and looked around. In the corner was an old man with a white stick. Beside him sat a girl reading him the newspaper. "Nice to see young folk helping the blind," I said. "Oh," he replied, "he's actually teaching her how to see." Across the floor came a wheelchair. A paraplegic boy of 18 sat in it, and a boy of the same age pushed it. "It's great when friends help each other," I said. "Yes," he replied. "The boy in the chair is teaching the other how to walk." An old woman lay in a bed at the bottom of the room. She was covered with open sores. A woman, much younger, was dressing her wounds. "Is she a nurse?" I asked. "Yes," he replied. "The old woman is a nurse. She's teaching the other how to care." And then I saw a woman on a respirator, breathing slowly. These were her last breaths, and around her were her friends, smoothing her brow, holding her hands. "It's not good to die alone," I said. "That's right," he replied. "But she is not dying alone. She is teaching the others how to live." Confused and not knowing what to say, I suggested we sat down. After a while, I felt I could speak. Seeing all this, I said, "I want to pray. I want to thank God that I have all my faculties. I now realize how much I can do to help." Before I could say more, he looked me straight in the face and said, "I don't want to upset your devotional life, but I hope you will also pray to know your own need. And I hope you will never be afraid to be touched by the needy." The words you have heard so far are not mine, but reflect, I believe, the unusual state in which we find ourselves. The images you have seen and are seeing are all mine, and I want to draw a couple of points from them. You have seen, briefly, images which depict deep sorrow. The two Pieta statues from France and Spain, and the quite moving war memorial statue from the small French town of Tregier in Brittany, and one of the bronze chairs from the Ghetto Heroes Square in Krakow. Poppies have for a long time been a symbol of memorial, and the field of poppies you have seen was also in Poland. All of these things remind us that, although we are faced with this pandemic as individuals, we are equal in this struggle with our brothers and sisters all over the world. One of the greatest strengths of the human spirit is that which comes from sharing and building up both relationships and communities. Every one of the staff in this trust and elsewhere have been and continue to be an inspiration to the people of Cornwall and beyond. As the final clip in this reflection will show, beauty is all around us, and our present time of struggle and pain will pass, and we will be able once again to enjoy the benefits of community, relationships, friendships, and hope. Thank you. And to close, loving God, you show yourself to those who are vulnerable and make your home with the poor and weak of this world. Warm our hearts with the fire of your Spirit. Help us to accept the challenges of COVID-19. Protect the healthy, calm the frightened, give courage to those in pain, comfort the dying, and give the dead life eternal. Console the bereaved, strengthen those who care for the sick. May we, your people, using all our energy and imagination, trusting in your steadfast love, be united with one another in conquering all disease and fear. Amen.